all the members who rose in their place in support of this motion to note the contents of the address by His Excellency the President to the nation, which was his third State of the Nation address. And in his own words, Honorable Speaker, as he began this address, he did indicate that 3 years ago in his first State of the Nation address, he had a vision that he came to share with the House and with the nation. And this time he didn't come with that vision, he came with a story on how far he had moved in the achievement of that vision that he did indicate that he wanted to roll out for the people of Kenya. And in line with the manifesto that he went around the country campaigning, and on the basis of which millions of Kenyans voted for him to lead our country. Honorable Speaker, the many members who have contributed to this debate have noted the many good things that are in place, and I want to agree with what the Honorable Millie Odhiambo has just said here in her contribution, that nobody should be in a hurry, because what is there can be seen and can be felt. That, Honorable Speaker, when you listen to those high priests, as they were described, of eternal pessimism, and their children, because even here, Honorable Speaker, I did hear a few of their children, in their pessimism, point fingers to data that they cannot offer any alternative data. That somebody can stand in their place, Honorable Speaker, and doubt steel and cement consumption in this country in the last 2 years. Honorable Speaker, even in your own village or in your own county, with affordable housing projects, with markets being built left, right, and center across the nation, and all those things are consuming cement and steel, with over 23,000 new classrooms built, somebody has the guts to come and make the world imagine that the consumption of steel and cement has gone down in the last 2 years. You know, you just need to be exercise a little, not even wisdom, intelligence. And you know, I've seen some of us are now fashioning ourselves as masters of doublespeak, that the things you said yesterday do not stand today because you do not sit where you were sitting yesterday. That some of us now want to be lecturing people in workshops, seminars. You are shopping around for every other small seminar and workshop you find to elucidate on fake data. Then you come here and say the president was not relying on data from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And unfortunately, I saw one of the media houses also fall into the same trap, questioning data that you can go and verify. And in fact, unashamedly, one of the media houses was saying this data is not verifiable. So why don't you give us alternative data? If we say we have so many thousands of Kenyans working in the affordable housing sector, tell us, no, the houses don't exist and there are no people working. Maybe there are robots that are working in those affordable housing projects. And they are probably using soil, not cement. They are using bamboo sticks, not steel. Because, Honorable Speaker, facts and data cannot be hidden. You can never hide the truth. And I must thank the president because his story of resilience, his story of determination to the nation, his story of his determination to transform our country from being a third world country to a first world country, Honorable Speaker, is a story for all Kenyans. It's not a story for William Ruto, and he did say here, it is not about him. It is not about us who legislate on policies and laws that will transition our country from being a third world to a first world country. It is about all of us collectively as a nation. Therefore, even those who speak with bitterness, those today who are doubting that the Kenyan shilling is not stronger, the shilling has not been resilient. And I heard somebody say here that, oh, You know, at the time of elections, the shilling was at 120 shillings. But you're not being honest. You are not being honest with Kenyans to tell Kenyans, as much as the shilling was trading at 120 shillings on the day of the elections, we had no fuel in this country. We had no food. The economy was collapsing. Honorable Speaker, we had no foreign exchange reserves. You should be honest, Honorable Speaker. And I thank God because I was trained as an accountant and a student of economics. I do not do classroom economics. Just like I do real politics, I do real economics, not classroom economics. Because, Honorable Speaker,
do you wish to be informed?
Classroom economics at times can be theoretical. Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, I'll allow you to inform me as soon as I finish the point I'm making. I was saying classroom economics, Honorable Speaker, at times can be more theoretical than practical. But practical economics speaks to people, speaks to the real people, the real economy, Honorable Speaker. That when you say you have employed 100,000 teachers and somebody stands in their place here to tell us, oh, the president did not speak about education. Well, we know our CBC was collapsing in 2022.
Yes.
Parents didn't know what to do with their children. Universities were closing down, Honorable Speaker, public universities. We had no teachers in our schools. We are all members of parliament representing constituents who teachers, our head teachers, always are sending us, oh, try get me a chemistry teacher, get me a Swahili teacher. Today, facts and data is there that 76,000 teachers are on a payroll, paying taxes to KRA. Today, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, somebody is saying that your region is a beneficiary. It is not just your region. Thousands of Kenyans today who would not have accessed education opportunities can access education opportunities because of the transformation that has gone on in the education sector, Honorable Speaker.
Do you wish to be informed?
Honorable Speaker, let me allow Honorable Chepkonga and Honorable Kenan to inform me in one minute.
And Kenan, yeah. Go ahead, Honorable Chepkonga.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. It is not my culture to interrupt a very good speech of the majority leader. He's spoken from his heart.
Is it a culture or a habit?
No, it's also my culture, not allowed. You know, senior people, you don't just interrupt them like that. So you must apologize first when you interrupt. But it is very important, Mr. Speaker, to inform the majority leader. In fact, he has spoken very correctly that the foreign exchange reserves were below 3 months import cover, just slightly above $6 billion, Mr. Speaker. As we speak today, the foreign exchange cover, the foreign exchange reserves is over $20 billion. 2 times, Mr. Speaker. And somebody has the audacity to tell the majority leader that they were doing better than now. Shame on them. Shame on them.
Honorable Kenan. Actually, it's almost 3 times, not 2 times. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, access to education is a basic right. Mr. Speaker, in northern Kenya, before the government of His Excellency President William Ruto, northern Kenya was used as a recruitment bureau. You use the crisis, create crisis, artificial security crisis, recruit teachers from northern Kenya, post them, within weeks create crisis, and repost them to other regions. I can tell you today, even in the constituencies that I represent, today there are enough teachers. Access to education now is a right, and more fundamentally, for the first time, the government has operationalized 2 new teachers training colleges. So in the next few months, ML and other Kenyans, we have surplus teachers, and we'll be asking for more employment so that these teachers from northern Kenya can now serve in other parts of the Republic of Kenya. And this will not have been realized without that deliberate policy by the government. And those who want to hear, please come to northern Kenya and see the difference. Thank you, Majority Leader.
Majority Leader, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am very well informed by the Honorable Kenan, and it is indeed true, and that's why Honorable Speaker was saying Facts speak for themselves. You cannot dispute facts and data. And I must thank even the members of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, because I saw one of our young members who, as I said, has been running from one conference to another, in an association of this and an association of that. And at least the accountants, because they speak to facts and figures, were able to challenge that member on some of the things he was saying. Because it is very easy to talk. Cheap political talk is very cheap and easy. But you cannot sit with accountants to give us cheap political talk, because we will challenge you based on data, facts, and what you are telling us yesterday. Because when I was the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, or when I was the vice chair of Honorable Kainan, as the vice chair of the Public Investments Committee, in my first term as a new member of parliament, if the things I said then held, even today they should hold. And that is what defines leadership. If you want to be a leader, you must be consistent. Honorable Speaker, if I am wrong, I would consistently be wrong. If I am right, I will consistently be right. Because if I flip-flop on my position today and tomorrow based on the position I hold, it therefore means I am nothing other than a small conman. Therefore, even for those of us who are young leaders, let us not be swallowed into the bitterness and the desire for revenge of those who are older than us, the Wamunyos and Waminyo and the others, Honorable Speaker. If you are a younger leader, please be faithful in your representation of the people and their issues. Honorable Speaker, when I hear someone saying, oh, securitization is illegal borrowing, how can your conversion of an asset into a marketable security be borrowing, Honorable Speaker? And because you want to sound intelligent, you move from one workshop, one classroom to the other, one training session to the other, saying, oh, the government is involved in illegal borrowing because we are doing securitization. If when I was the chair of the Public Investments Committee 10, 12 years ago, I authored a report together with the Honorable Kainan to say that the government must innovate ways through which our parastatals can cease being dependent on the exchequer and have innovative ways of financing the operations in a commercially viable manner. If I held that position 12 years ago, I still hold the same position. I cannot flip-flop. I cannot say now if Kenya Power wants to securitize some of their funds, oh, it's illegal borrowing. Let us be honest. Let us also be objective in our criticism. I wish people would be like the Honorable Undo, who at times criticizes, but does so objectively, and is consistent in his position. And even when he's not consistent, he knows he will tell you this is for politics. But when somebody behaves...
Are you on a point of order?
When someone behaves as if...
Order, Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Undo is on a point of order. What's your point of... What's out of order?
The Majority Leader is extremely out of order. I do not politic with the facts. I don't politic on the floor of the House. I politic outside there. On the floor of the House, I debate based on facts and based on available information. You see, he just wants to prolong the debate. I like, sometimes he likes using me as an easy punching bag, but I take it positively.
Order. This is a political institution. Honorable Undo, Parliament is a political
Honorable Speaker,
institution.
Honorable Undo is a very serious legislator. And I have immense respect for him. And that is why I said, when he criticizes on the floor, he does it based on facts. And he's consistent. That is leadership. When he does it out there in politics, he will tell you that was politics. But here we deal with facts and figures. Now what astonishes me, it's somebody who yesterday was a chair of a committee pushing through securitization. Today says securitization is illegal borrowing. Someone who yesterday was telling us the consumption of cement, steel is going up today because it is politically expedient, can stand on the floor of parliament because you think you have prime time TV to lie to the Kenyan people. That is what I'm saying. That is not leadership. And I want to encourage those of our younger brothers and sisters who sit in this house. Let us be faithful to the truth. Let us be objective. Let us not allow ourselves to be consumed by anger, revenge, and bitterness, because it is consuming those who are older. If you are younger, please don't allow that to consume you. Honorable Speaker, I heard someone say that in the region, the Kenyan economy is not the most dominant today. Facts again speak for themselves. Data speaks. The Kenyan economy remains the most resilient in the East African region, and actually, we have now moved from position 8 to position 6 as amongst the fastest growing economies in Africa, not in the region, Honorable Speaker. These are facts from the World Bank. I don't need to belabor them, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I may go on and on, but because I was simply replying, let me thank all the members who supported this motion positively, those who had alternative views based on facts. We have heard you. We are not in a hurry. This administration has only been about 3 years old. By 2027, when we go into elections, this administration will have walked the talk on the vision that His Excellency the President elucidated to this House and to the nation 3 years ago in his first State of the Nation address. And the story that he spoke about last week on Thursday, a story of sacrifice, resilience, determination, and an endeavor to move our country from the third world to a first world nation, is a story that this House is an active participant in, and I fondly noted the appreciation of the President on the role that Parliament plays in moving our country forward. Let us say no to the negativity, Honorable Speaker. Let us watch those older and the younger priests of eternal pessimism, but let us not lose our focus on the transformative journey that we began 3 years ago. And I want to believe, Honorable Speaker, His Excellency the President William Ruto and his administration will indeed put this nation on that trajectory to move our nation into a first world nation. The naysayers may not believe it, but it is coming right in front of their eyes. They can see the affordable housing units going up. They can see road projects that stalled 9, 7, 8 years ago today going on. Tomorrow, I invite them to Rironi, Limuru, to Mau Summit, to Nakuru, to Salga, to witness the transformation of the corridor to the western part of our country, so that next Christmas, the Honorable Oundo will not sleep on that highway. He'll be able to go home the way I go home to Kikuyu here using either the southern bypass, western bypass, or ABC Rironi dual carriageway. That is the Kenya we want for every Kenyan, and that Kenya is possible to be realized within our lifetime, if only we can take up the challenge that the President has thrown to us as leaders, to work together with him to transform our country for the better. With that, I beg to reply.
Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 24-6, the thanks of this House be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the address of His Excellency the President delivered in Parliament on Thursday, the 20th of November, the year 2025, and further, that this House notes the following reports submitted by His Excellency the President in fulfillment of the provisions of Articles 132(1)(c) and 247 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, the 25th of November, the year 2025. Roman 1, the 12th annual report on the measures taken and progress achieved in the realization of national values and principles of governance. Roman 2, the 12th annual report on the progress made in fulfilling the international obligations of the Republic of Kenya. And Roman 3, the annual report to Parliament on the state of national security. Will as many of the appeal and say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary appeal and say nay? The ayes have it. Order number 11, I want to put the question. Order, honorable members.